Hello everyone and welcome back to No Man's Land, where today we've got a bit of a strange episode. We're only going to do part of the episode on this day, and then I'm going to skip all the way through to the next one because I don't have anything else to do. I know there's been lots and lots of suggestions about things I can do as small contracts, but right now I really want to focus on just using these fields to make some money and then buying this land, because there's so many things we can do with the land, but we kind of need to own it. What we can do today though is we can weed. I have checked, the tractor can drive over here without destroying it, which is why time is in *1, because I do not want it progressing. So we're going to get ourselves a weeder and we're going to get that done. Fortunately, that field over there is not ready for weeding. It's not growing just yet. So we need to go and get ourselves a weeder, like I said. And I've also decided next time we use compost, I'm turning off variable spray rate, because this is supposed to go down, supposed to be twice as effective, so it's used at half the rate of manure. If I'm using variable spray rate and setting everything to 100, then it's doing the same job. So what's the point? So I think I'm going to turn off variable spray rate if we're going to be using compost. Makes more sense. And of course, this here is our beautiful tractor. Changing the way we farm. No longer with the small machines. It's good. Oh, but he does need a good repair. I think I'll repair him in between the episodes. Not in between the episodes, in between the days when I am skipping time to the next day. So we want a weeder. Let's just double check in here. No. So weeders. I did look. This guy is the cheapest. I think I can still lease him. Let me just add up how much these are worth. 28,500. So yeah, we can still lease another piece of equipment. That's fine. We're going to have to give some of them back soon though. So we've got these guys here, which are specifically for potatoes that come in the Grimmy pack. But we need to weed all of our fields, so I don't think that's the best option. I think this one here is. So we're going to lease him. 918 to lease. Well, I think what I'll do though is this I will return as soon as I've weeded both fields. I'll wait until the other field comes through. As soon as they've both been weeded, I'll return this. Just means it's a little bit easier to make sure that we always have a buffer, because we have that limit of 25,000 for a single item and 60,000 in total. And of course this guy is nice and big as well, which is very good. Will not take long to do the field. Now obviously the grass field, I don't know why, it's not getting any weeds at all, which is a little strange, because every other map I've had a grass field on, it gets weeds. With and without seasons, I think. But like I said when I started this series, it has been a really, really long time since I actually played without seasons. So maybe I'm going crazy and grass fields don't get weeds? I don't know. Someone let me know in the comments, please, because I feel like I'm going crazy here, but maybe I'm not. So obviously this field has one application of fertilizer, which came from the compost, and we've got the weeds that are being pulled out. We will probably find that more weeds grow, but I hope not. It'd be great if we could use herbicide, but we can't. Well, we can, I suppose. But to be honest, we couldn't even afford to use herbicide right now. Or fertilizer. It's expensive stuff. And if we use it, we lose our government grant. I'm quite reliant on that government grant at the moment, so I don't want to do that. So for now, we're doing things like this. And there was a great suggestion from Howie, who, I don't know why I didn't even consider it before. I do it very often if I'm doing seasons, but I didn't even think about it on here. Oilseed radish. If I do oilseed radish and also compost, that is going to be 2 ways of fertilising the field. That's a great way of doing it. I can have 2 green fertilisers. Compost, obviously, I'm still paying for at the moment. But yeah, that will give us a big boost. Can even do oilseed radish on that grass field once it has been subsoiled, which it does need to be subsoiled. I'm just waiting. I think I'm going to cut it once more before I subsoil it. It just depends on when it's ready again. If it's ready at the exact same time the potatoes and the wheat is ready, then yeah, that doesn't really work. But we'll see. Right, now I do need a screenshot, so I'm going to go and take one. And then when I'm done with that, I'll magically reappear. The field will get done. It's just that sometimes there's good opportunities for screenshots, and I have to take them. So I'll see you in a second. Got one, all sorted. I do always wonder, sometimes I see the jump cuts in Daggerwin's videos and Virtual Farmer and other people's videos. I see those jump cuts sometimes, and I know that what they've done is they've just cut a little bit of the video out so that they can take a screenshot. But sometimes I see the screenshot and I watch the video and I say, how on earth did you manage to take that screenshot while you were actually recording and we could see the recording? It's a mystery to me. They are very good at doing that. But they've been doing it longer than me, I think, and you know, they're much better. Much better, let's be honest. But I do like their stuff. And I like making my stuff. Keeps me entertained. And I think it keeps some of you entertained. So that's good. But we are almost done here. So I will speed up time after this and progress to the next day, I think. Hopefully the wheat will be ready, but I'm not sure. It really does depend. I've got crop growth on slow, so I don't know if that means it's going to take a day or 2 days. We will see. But this guy's finished, so we'll leave him attached because we're going to need him for the other field. We'll just go and park over here. All that potato equipment is going to be returned after the potato harvest we've got on the go at the moment. Right, I will see you tomorrow. I had to skip not just the day that we started on, but another day. That wasn't because the wheat field wasn't ready. It was ready late in the afternoon, but it was raining, so we couldn't harvest. However, we have one wheat field ready to go now. So what we need to do is we need to lease ourselves that harvester. Possibly buy it, but I doubt it. Okay. I was hoping that maybe it would appear in here, but I was hoping too much, I think. So, that harvester is... Wow, is that it? Okay. Well, in that case, we may as well buy it rather than lease it. It seems a bit silly. I don't really know what straw divider big and small does. Maybe we'll take the big one just because. So, I don't think we should be buying this new, because this doesn't exist new anymore, does it? Can't do. So, there we go, 2300. As usual, that does mean we're going to have to give it a quick repair, but we've got ourselves a harvester. And of course we do have a trailer already, which I hope the auger on this fits over. If it doesn't, we'll just have to knock the size down, the capacity. So let's reverse into here and get him repaired. There we go. Repaired for 21. He is now good to go. So, let's get ourselves over to the field and get set up. I have parked the trailer in the correct place already, just to make things a little bit easier. So, which side does he go on? Okay. Unfold, of course. Ooh, that noise is super cool, I like it. That's the cutter wheel, okay. Now, I'm guessing he's going to drop straw. I kind of hope he is, because that will obviously give us something extra to make money from. So, we need to lower and turn on. And let's see how this works. Very, very slowly. Because you can see in the bottom, we're getting 400%. Wow. Okay, so the amount of yield we're getting is far above what this machine can actually handle. So this job is going to take quite a while, by the looks of it. I'm currently getting 6 metric tons per hectare. This is, I believe this field is 0.7 hectares. This is quite painful. Very painful, in fact. I may have to go and turn off Combine Experience, which would be disappointing, because I do like Combine Experience. But I think with a machine of this size, it's just unbearable. But we can't lease anything else. Everything else is above the 25,000 limit, so we can't lease it. Kind of annoying, but the shop is getting to know us, so hopefully they'll let us lease bigger equipment soon. Yeah, we can't do this field at this speed the whole time. This is far too slow, but at least we're harvesting. That's cool. And there's a nice kind of dog barking sound. Almost like the hydraulic power transfer unit on an aircraft. It's got a very distinctive dog bark sound, it's called. And it's, yeah, it's quite cool. Yeah, so definitely, when we finish this row here, I'm going to go and turn off Combine Experience. I'm just going to have to. Until we get ourselves a real harvester, we can't do this. It's kind of unbearable. Still don't really know what that straw separator is for. Right. let me go and switch off combine experience. It turns out that noise I was hearing that I thought was the sound of the combine was actually the sound of the beehives. Yeah. Okay, well, anyway. It sounded cool. So now combine experience is off, which should make things a little easier. However, my parking of that trailer has not. I'm going to need to move him off to the side a little. I think I'll take him up to the top and we can empty when we get up here. There we go. I think that auger's going to fit over the top of there as well. I think, but I am not sure. But at last, we are harvesting a field. A real field, not just grass. All we've done up to this point is grass, which, yes, it makes us money. It's made us a decent amount of money. But it's not the answer. Definitely not. Okay, that's much better. Still only 8 kilometers an hour, but it's far, far better than the 2 kilometers an hour we were doing before. And it's not got a bad width. However, I think it is going to take quite a while to harvest this field with this machine. So actually, we can do another pass easily before we need to fill up again. Oh. We're dropping straw all over the place. I should have slowed down and stopped. It's interesting that the blades keep spinning. For quite a long time after you've turned the harvester off. There we go. You compare the straw, and it's coming out in an actual piece, kind of, for the most part. This is good. This is good, because like I said, wheat is worth so much more than hay and silage. And there's a lot of it. Good amount. Let's just stop here this time until the straw finishes. That is a bit of a pile. So obviously you can tell already this is going to have to be a time-lapse job. It's just far too big to do by talking. It is a monster of a job. But it's going to be worth it. It should definitely be worth it. I think what we're going to do with this field is we're going to follow Howie's suggestion and we're going to plant oilseed radish in here. I think that is a marvellous suggestion, one that is thoroughly worth our time. So, let's get the pipe out. This is a little tricky because I'm going backwards. Does he reach? Oh, he does. Only just, but he does reach. and he's got an incredibly slow unload rate. I guess for such an old machine, that's not surprising. Just get rid of that. Lovely. Oh, no, I'm going backwards. I didn't want that. Okay. So, much of this is going to have, well, in fact, all of it I think is going to have to be in third-person view. It's going to be quite tricky to do this in first person. Obviously, people do this in first person in real life, but they've got a better sense of depth, I think. The game makes it quite difficult sometimes with depth. But yes, let's do a time lapse. Trailer is just over 50% full, so we're going to sell this now and find out exactly how much money we're looking at. We've done about half the field, so it means from the entire field we're looking at one full trailer, about 5 metric tons. And with what we just sold, 2438 for half a trailer. So it's not life-changing money. I think I say that every time we sell anything. Yes, it's not life-changing, but it's a lot more than we were getting for the grass. It's probably... Is that more or less? That's 1,028 per metric ton. And for grass silage, 590 per metric ton. We were selling full trailer loads. Yeah. So, you know, It's good. There is more grass on the field though than there is wheat. However, we have not even factored in the straw. In fact, before we move on to the next bit of harvesting, let's do some straw collecting first. I'm obviously going to have to finish this field off because we've done enough time lapsing already, and you've watched me do this enough. So now we're going to do a bit of straw collecting, I think. So I'll just leave this guy here. Luckily, we already have a tool for this, so no need to release or buy anything, which is good. So lower the pickup. I think that's what I did. That's what I need to do. Turn it on. Now, I've got a feeling this guy picks up 2 lines at once. Is that right? No, just the one. But we can see we're filling up with straw fairly quickly. And straw is not worth a fortune. But it's worth enough. And there's actually a fair amount of straw coming off of here. Come on. It's not that heavy. Why do you think it's 13 tons? Is that the weight of the forage wagon that's so much? Because the straw itself is not that much. Obviously straw being very light. Hay as well. It's only the grass and silage that weighs a lot because it's moist. I say moist because it's not wet. Not soaking. When I say wet, I think, you know, squeeze it out and water comes flying out of it. I cut my own grass. It isn't like that. Oh yeah, I forgot this. Some random pieces that I just kind of dropped in the middle of fields. Because, you know, why not? You can also see from these straw lines just how straight I was. Not straight is the answer. Pretty awful. But it's not going to take long to fill this up. Pretty close to being full now, and this is the 5th row. So we've got about 3 times as much straw, there we go, as we have wheat. In fact, probably even more than that. So 240 kilos of straw, how much do we get? 403. So there you go. That's not to be sniffed at. More money. More money. So let's get ourselves another load. Almost got the second load now, and you can see ahead in the distance the wheat field and the potato field are both ready to be harvested once again. So that will of course be next episode's job to do the potatoes. No way I'm doing it all today. And what I think I will do today is I'll get the rest of this field harvested, and then at the end of the episode we'll see exactly how much we made in straw and wheat. And then next episode we'll obviously move on to the other field, which will need 2 types of harvesting to be done. But I'm happy. We're doing well. Obviously 85,000 is the number we need. We're not making anywhere near. We're not making 65,000 worth, but I think we should plant some soybeans. They cost a lot more to plant, But if we can get the fertilizing right, soybeans are going to make us some serious, serious cash. So I'm going to go and get the rest of this field harvested, and I'll pick up the straw as I go, and I'll see you when it's done. The field is empty of straw, and it's all in the back of here. Well, the last of it anyway. I have sold 2 loads, I think that's right. So this is the third and final, and obviously we've got wheat left. There was not actually as much as I thought left, but we'll see. We'll be able to tell exactly how much we've made from this one field at the end. Bearing in mind this field has not been limed, it was fertilized once, and it has been ploughed. No weeds, of course. So we'll have a good idea of how much we'll get if we were to do this field again with a second layer of fertilizer, I think. A layer? Because if we go here, we can see fertilizer twice, 25% each time. The line is 15. So we're going to be missing 15. We can, however, get ourselves to 85% by missing this. So that's pretty good. We're currently at 60% this time. If we do it again, let me just get rid of that, we can get to 85. So I think oilseed radish is definitely a good idea. We get ourselves even more yield, even if we don't plant wheat. If we plant something else instead, we'll be doing much, much better, because this field still doesn't need ploughing, not for a little while. Okay, and in total we had 2.4 tons last time, I think. 1.4 this time, so that's 3.8 tons of wheat, and that is a pretty small field, let's be honest. I forgot that I wasn't coming in here with the forage wagon. Loading wagon. There we go. So, more money. Now, how much have we made from this one field? 5,693. Let's call it 5,700. So 5,700, and I'll be honest, there wasn't that much work that went into this. Not really. So I think we're going to call it quits for the day. In between episodes, I'm going to put compost in that field. I am not going to work on harvesting that field, because that one I will do with you guys. Although I'll probably do I'll probably do the wheat off camera. At least getting it harvested. Won't sell it. But for now, we are done. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all again soon. Bye bye.